it was a mistake. Now, let us look at it this way. If it was a mistake, because Wumi is flipping the script now. She knows that there is nothing that can be done to help her get out of this mess. In fact, she herself, she is the mess. So it's not as if she got into a mess. She herself is the mess. She messed up Obaelegushi, messed up Mohbad's father, messed up Mohbad. This tiny thing. So it's a mistake. I did not know. I wasn't planning to do it. It happened. I was angry. I got upset. Because the secret that Mohbad should have kept protected is about to release it. It should have covered up for me. It's not as if both of us are clean anyway. We all have our flaws. But Mohbad was ready to drop me on the ground, on the floor. I made a mistake. Adura knows about it. Help me, please. Help me. Tamper justice with mercy. Help me. It's not as if I'm a bad person. It's not as if I wanted to do it. Help me. What you guys are about to hear is deep. Still on justice for Mohbad. You see, Wumi thought that it's going to be business as usual. She's used to this. Mohbad is screaming and shouting, no one is listening. She looked at it. Oh, in Nigeria, if you are not the son or daughter of a prominent person in the society who is connected to another prominent person, who is connected to people in quote, people that matter, who is connected to the so-called elite, if you are not, you will not get justice. If you get justice, it's because maybe it's your time to get justice. So she thought, all right, my mom was a former police officer. Can you call one or two people so that they can help me destroy and model up evidence? And more important, please, I don't know who is going to come from the police station to come check. And don't worry, we'll see what we can do about it. Yesterday, I informed you from the information that we got that the lawyer that pretended as if he is no longer interested in this case, washed his hands off the case publicly, is actually working behind the scene. He decided to announce this so as to stop the media, social media that they called inconsequential, from tagging and lambasting and calling them out. Well, now you know. I want you to pay attention to this one from the beginning of it till the end. What you're about to hear is deep. So deep. Wow, this world, I repeat, is full of wickedness. Wumi, it is too late. It is too late. When we begged you to come out to tell us everything that happened, when we there is nothing we didn't do to come out, tell us how it happened, because we wanted information to connect the dots together so that we can see if it is a circle of vampires that we have in our society. You refused. So now, you want to talk? No, we are not ready to listen.
Go to Darusha Instagram, or except he has deleted the post. I will quote.
Yes. He
said even before he was called to the police station, that post has been there since December, correct? He posted that he did that because when his father died, that was what they did. So with his hand, he typed and posted. So now we should not divert it that is alpha. I wouldn't know. We are not there. We are just assuming. But I want to categorically say that he did that by himself. And he coming out to deny it now, you know that it's a game planned.
Yes.
You understand? Now let's take it this route. If actually is the alpha, I'm very certain that Adura will not agree and accept that he embalmed Mohbad now. Do you know why? Because it's coming from an external body. It's because it's in between Darusha. That's why he can accept that, okay, let me accept that. But if it's an external body, he will flee up and say, no, I will not take this. So it's still within the house, the carcass. Why they come to that conclusion? Let's take it to.
Sorry, I'm not interjecting you. Do you know that was the main reason why the police said Wumi should come today?
Exactly.
Because they asked, is she there? Is she present? And they said yes. That was why they invited her today too.
Come today, yeah, exactly. So I would say it's Arusha. So for him now twisting and giving it to Adura, and Adura could gallantly accept and not say anything, then let him go and face the wrath. It's 15 years, so let him go ahead. And I will direct it to Mohbad now. That in no more, because that woman, in fact, sometimes when I sit down and I begin to think about this case, I'm always dumbfounded with that woman. Because I can't imagine you now looking and saying, you know the game they are trying to play? Because Darusha is an extended family, so they are now trying to switch it on Adura, so that Baba could come and say, okay, because it's Adura, let it go. But Nisi, presently, what he gave Baba Lisi Loba you, Baba will take Bon Kokomo, I swear. Baba, let everybody go to Baba Ubueniti, what he gave Logo, be you anybody, even Mama Mohbad, gone to Bashara, they go still arrest them. She will still come and write a statement.
I'm still having the mind that Adura will flip. Adura will flip.
You know what? It might not flip. You know why I said that? The issue of what's it called now? The royalty. I'm having a feeling Wumi has done something. Probably she must have told him, don't worry, royalty will put you as the next of kin. If you remember, before Adura left Naira Marley record, he was not married. So I'm thinking there must be somebody who will stand for him as the next of kin. And I'm having a feeling it would have been his father. But this case, you remember that when he died, we heard that there was thumb printing, and we heard that the lawyer went to the house the day he died. So I'm having a feeling that Adura Wumi must have done something, and like, okay, Adura, stay behind me. There's something for you. Probably we'll use it as next of kin. You get it? So, because I can't imagine somebody will now say, okay, I'm the one that embalmed somebody, and you know that it's 15 years in prison, and you kept quiet, you mute for nothing. You don't understand. This thing is a game. It's a game. So something must have happened. Just whatever we say, just go ahead. And that's what Mama Mohbad is still doing up till now.
You remember the first inquest when they asked Adura to speak?
Yeah.
He wasn't saying anything.
Went out.
Exactly.
Yeah, Mama Mohbad went out to talk to Adura.
Exactly.
We're not the Darusha.
That's the point I'm trying to make.
That was what she must have done. That woman, I used to say, she has a space in Yaba Tech. She has a space in Yaba left. Psychiatric home, only best space in there. That woman, boy, it's in money. Boy, to get with that, we all know. See, let me talk about the nurse again. Let me talk about the nurse. We always say that nurse. Me, I have a feeling for me, for the way me I reason, I feel Mohbad had already died before she got to the house. Do you know
exactly.
Why? You know why? As that when our philanthropist who said he bailed the nurse said before the second corona inquest, the philanthropist has been coming out to say, don't worry, nurses are jackpot. He was trying to give us some clip. I wouldn't know if it was a lie or it was just his cooked games. Like when they called the nurse, she was still in Kutono, that the nurse now requested for a video that let me see the patient. So they did a video, they did a short, like 8 seconds video for her. And for me, when I watched that video, I want to believe that guy was already dead. You know, when somebody, I don't know, let me just say, when somebody is sleeping and you're trying to flip somebody's hand.
Sorry, sister, which video is
you know how it swings?
The Mohbad hand, they were flipping like this. They were
I know it. I saw it. Yeah. It was somebody on white on the black couch that is shaking the hand. It's clear.
So for me, he was already dead. They just did that to show that, okay, this is the person. Sure you get. Okay, now, according
that hand is not a recent, excuse me, auntie, sorry. That hand is not a recent hand, though. That hand wasn't a recent hand. If you watch it very well, watch it closely. Mohbad has already gotten that injury before.
They just use that. That's what I'm saying. Probably they just use that.
She's saying the same thing.
we are still saying the same thing, just to show the nurse, okay, this is the patient, but he was already dead. So according to the philanthropist, I'm trying to quote him now. According to the philanthropist, he said when the nurse got to the house, that immediately she stepped in, the house said, they were now pouring water on him. That's how he used to faint, but she man faints near. So initially, like, oh, Mohbad fainted. That means, okay, he had fainted, but he was already dead. But they just used that as, okay, she now said, okay, she went back, she went to pharmacy, she went to get this, she went to get that, and she came back. She now said she gave tetanus injection and paracetamol. Now, wait, let her assume this way. You now gave that, he now died. Now, let me go back to what the police said. According to their report, police now said the nurse is the primary suspect, right? Now, according to their report, they now told us that Mohbad bled profusely. That's another question mark.
Yeah.
Now, let's now go back to the house. The narrative of he was stabbed. Where is that blood? What is the purpose of that blood? Where is that blood coming from? Mama Mohbad's sister confirmed there was blood. Baba Mohbad confirmed blood. Adura confirmed blood. So what happened in that house? Was it that the reports of the police, were they referring to what happened at Ikorodu? Whereas nothing happened because that guy died in the house. So you see that even police there, they've compromised us. And they've been
conspiracy theory.
Always compromising. You understand? Because I want to believe when they invited the Arushas to the police station, they were supposed to detain that guy first, irrespective if the offense he committed is bailable or not. Because we've been shouting these things for over how many months that this guy needs to be detained. And this guy went there, they now said because the offense is bailable. Now, let me now revert back to the guys, the hosts, that they have been detained for over how many weeks. These people are stepping on their fundamental human rights. Until now, nothing has been done. No bail, no court, nothing. You just left them there. And we are saying, and you people are saying we should just keep quiet and be looking. For how long? For how long will those guys be there? They just stepped on their fundamental human right, and Darusha did the same thing, got himself bail. So let this. You see, sometimes when I talk, I just get emotional. Let me just stop here, beg.
Be like Jesus. I want to be Jesus. This thing show to the world. Mohbad knew. Even when Mohbad wanted to travel, they were giving us everything. The societies are dumb. They came with America over Los Canadian and Canada Fiasi, Anika Los DNA, and spending Lopa, Batoyani was a team where Lopa. Who killed this boy is the question. Uncle sent out every low when what you're Latin and you are well now. Come and tell us, how did this boy die? But I couldn't show Adele Anija Kekereka. If I think that boy bring over, boy out to Tobago, I'm about a delay and that, or the high, but you bring over Lama by Tony Kodog get you on dutiful, or by mistakenly. That's what people we are seeing accept domestic violence, low back. And we will keep quiet. Nobody will ask you to go and do DNA. It was because when the narrative is becoming too different and plenty, the issue of DNA come. Abi, and can we have only support some of it? Sell can they sell us? Some people must have known the beginning of the issue. Now, if you do issue DNA, so they are taking any color DNA. I want to tell you, no platform. Anybody turn their civil war lower. Gowan was busy doing secret wedding somewhere. Now, over Victoria and Bayen, I will always of our tribune white bay. I want to be I need to take Bati war. Near Sirika Conetu. The thing about law, Tatego Bawa, Asiri Lima to once that take Bati Wabe, Asiri too. So whatever you are doing in the evening, Osibo is any true now. Ọlọ́run ò ṣe tàn jẹ bàbá ẹlòmíì tó jẹ́ pé ó kàn dédé máa kú sínú ilé àwọn èèyàn dẹ̀ mọ̀ bó ṣe nǹkan tó pa. You can't deceive God, you cannot deceive human being. Oh, let deceive gbogbo wa. Come out and tell us. Bí o bá ṣe ń bínú yìí tó bá sọ sórí pé by mistake ní nǹkan kan, honestly everybody will forgive her. Yeah. Only brag guy will tell the police, please have a second thought to run one away. Yeah. Why are you giving us now no wrong narrative? Why are you stressing the whole world? Why are you making the international community believe that Nigerians are wicked? I don't paint Nigeria badly now. And I see some animal, some idiot. That's a right. I was at the forum, go MFM. They were asking me questions and I asked them, please, did you any one of you tell you ask Wumi so kilo pa? They were giving me the narration of the nurse. Ṣe bí ó sọ ní nọ́ọ̀sì gún lábẹ́ ló fi kú mo á bẹ question kan lọ ọmọ ní nọ́ọ̀sì gún lábẹ́ ló fi kú kí ló dé tí ò tẹnu mọ́ yẹn kí ló dé tó tún dé kóòtù tó ní prime boy ló pa. Why are you bringing different narrative into a simple issue? Is DNA death sentence? My brother, DNA tí o tó ṣẹ́jú mẹ́ẹ̀ẹ́dógún ni ló wà the death sentence. Even if you don't know the father of the child, àmọ́ yìí tó pọ̀ rẹpẹtẹ. Ṣé mo pé nínú kéèsì tá à ń ṣe lọ́wọ́ yìí? Ṣé ń gbọ́? Ó ní mo ti wá realize pé oyún téèyàn bá ṣẹ́ṣẹ́ṣẹ́ṣẹ́ tí ò ríṣẹ́ náà ń pè ní bólúwa ti fẹ́. Unwanted child téèyàn ṣáà rí pé òun ò fẹ́ ó ṣàdínàtọ̀ ó ti di bólúwa ti fẹ́. This is the child, that is the name of that child. Àti ò bá múra, I bet you ọmọ yẹn ló máa pa òun gangan fún rẹ̀. Ọmọ tó gbé dání ló máa pa kì í ṣèpèlè mi ṣe fún because mo bímọ. But gbogbo wa la mọ̀ pé ìsáǹsà mọ́ òkú rẹ̀ ò ní gbàlùbọ́sà kò ẹ̀fọ́ o. Bíbélì náà dẹ̀ support pé kò sí nǹkan téèyàn ṣe ní kọ̀kọ̀ tí ò ní tú síta. Ó lè pẹ́ o, we might not be there. But nígbà yẹn o ò ní rá láàánú. Kí ni tó fà kí ni ìṣòro wa ń bẹ kí ni ìṣòro tiẹ̀ kí ló dé tí bàbá rẹ̀ ò jáde pé ẹ dákun èmi ni bàbá ọmọdé yìí ẹ jẹ́ ká fojú sùnùkùn wò ó kí ni ìyá ò jáde pé ẹ̀yin ayé ẹ dákun ẹ ṣàánú mi lórí ọmọdé ẹ jẹ́ ká fojú sùnùkùn wò ó kí ló dé táwọn adviser ò sọ fún pé Wumi don't come to the internet keep quiet until we get this thing resolved. Ẹjọ́ ṣé tí bàbá rẹ̀ gangan bá kú bàbá tó bí nínú tó kú tó sì wà mọ́túárì ṣé yóò ṣe bẹ́ẹ̀ dé? Ṣé ó yóò ṣe bẹ́ẹ̀ dé? Kò possible. Àbí? Ìyá tiẹ̀ tó bí nínú kò ṣe bẹ́ẹ̀ dé tó jẹ́ ìyá ọkọ rẹ̀ tó kú ní ṣe bẹ́ẹ̀ dé síbi ìyá rẹ̀ náà ti ṣe ó ti lọ bí oṣù ọdún kan sí wọn ò ṣe bẹ́ẹ̀ dé ìyá rẹ̀ tó jẹ́ ọkọ ẹ̀ náà ṣe ìyá ọkọ. But because ìyá yẹn èmi ò búyà o mi ò dẹ̀ ní bá wọn búyà Mohbad. The woman is coming from a poverty level. Kò sí nǹkan kan ṣe é gbọ́ Yorùbá mi. Bẹ́ẹ̀ni sọ àwọn gbọ́dọ̀. A sì ti nù lóògùn jẹ honestly a ti fún lóògùn wọn tó wá ní kó ṣe búra fáwọn. On that situation ìyá yẹn kan sọ̀rọ̀ ní ẹ rí i pé tẹ bá wojú ìyá yẹn bí ẹni pé ó ti ṣe èrè rí àbí nǹkan kan ti ṣe you look at that face. Ẹ wò ó dàgbò ní àwọn hidden symptoms kan torí kóbìnrin ó máa bọ́ta ó ní mo ró sọ mo lọ gbóúnjẹ fẹ́ nìkan ṣé àwọn pé tí Mohbad nìkan kọ́ ló ń sọ ó ti tún ba ayé àwọn ọmọ ẹ̀ tó wà láyé jẹ́ because how do people look at those children too? Àwọn ọmọ ẹ̀ tó kù tó wà láyé blessing ni àdúrà ni àti méjì tó bẹ́ sọ ẹlòmíì àwọn náà dàgbà àwọn èèyàn máa fojú ògbà ṣé yàrá dáadáa náà ló bí àwọn ẹni àbí she has forgotten ni. Ó ti gbàgbé ní sọ. People garnish what they say. Àwọn èèyàn kan máa tì láti bà ayé ẹ̀jẹ̀ ni. Ẹ jẹ́ ká sọ fún o tó bá rò pé òun ṣáìdì Wumi láti jẹ́ kí Wumi kó ogun kínní àbí àdúrà ṣáìdì Wumi. Honestly mo lè bẹ́ anybody bẹ́ẹ̀ tiẹ̀ that woman will be killed in a haste.
The thing about breeding vampires is this. When they are thirsty and they do not have access to their normal meal, like the meal that you have raised them to love, they will come for you. Mohbad's mother, she might be thinking that she's doing good for herself and for her son. But unfortunately, she is not. She's not doing anything sensible, good. She's not. She pushed Adura as the prime suspect. In fact, she made it appear to the police and made Adura repeat right in front of the police that he is the one that embalmed his brother, his elder brother. The purpose of this, I shared it with you guys, is to stop Mohbad's father from taking action. How will it sound that a father jailed his own son, even if the crime committed is by the uncle? How would it sound if a father jails his son, even if the mother of that same son is involved, directly and indirectly? How would it be if a father jails his own son? From the look of things, Mohbad's mother will be joining Adura, Wumi, in jail. Because what they are cooking, they will not be able to eat it. They will not be able to eat of what they are cooking. What a wicked world. So sad. In fact, we have people who are thinking that Mohbad's mother is really hurt. She really loves Mohbad's father. You know, there are people who have this school of thought that Mohbad's father, it's like this woman really loves her. She's paying. She attributes all that happened to Mohbad's father. If you had done this, if you didn't do this. Do you know that 90% of what comes out from the mouth of Mohbad's mother is not even about the loss of Mohbad? It's as if Mohbad is not gone. It's as if Mohbad will come back. I don't know, maybe she found comfort in Liam, that is still alleged to be Mohbad's son. I don't know. She's all about Mr. Joseph Aloba, that she calls Josie. That's all she's concerned about. If you are to question Mohbad's mother about Mohbad's demise, before she ends with 1 or 2 sentences, she will begin about Mohbad's father, how Mohbad's father treated her, how Mohbad's father acted this way. And the next thing, she'll start laying curses at Mohbad's father. She'll start saying terrible things. So it's like she has not gotten off or out of this Mohbad's father thing, even though she had gone and married someone else. She said Mohbad's father treated her badly, this, that. And people said, okay, no problem. Can you tell us about your son? That is what we are concerned about. Can you please tell us about Mohbad? What happened? How it happened? Can you tell us what Wumi told you? It is glaring that Wumi is guilty, you know, and a woman in her senses will not support Wumi on this. At least DNA. You are the one that lost the son. To her, Naira Marley. Immediately the Naira Marley song stopped, she started singing Prime Boy, from Prime Boy. She is now saying that Mohbad's spirit is disturbing us. Please let us get Mohbad buried ASAP, quick. Let my son be put to rest. Why? Because she knows that once Mohbad is buried, there is a possibility that justice for Mohbad will dwindle and die off, and something else will come up again. And more importantly, DNA will not be talked about, possibly. And lastly, they will be able to do what they need to do to the money that Mohbad acquired after RIP. Adura has been put as next of kin alongside Wumi, because the paternity of Liam is still being argued. Like I told you, from the information we got, the lawyer that ran away is back again to protect the interest of Wumi, not to seek for justice for Mohbad, but to protect the interest of Wumi, to fight against DNA. This is because Femi Falana probably looked and thought about the financial gain on this one. He probably must have looked and checked and to see what and what, and also that he knows the lawyer that is representing Mohbad's father on this one, how experienced he is. He has asked questions around. That is why a senior advocate is going to be used to counter Mohbad's Wumi's lawyer in court over this, because they want to stop the DNA from being done. Their claim is that when Mohbad was alive, he did not reject paternity of Liam. Of course he did. Mohbad's father should take note of this. It is on record. Mohbad's mother said it, and it is on Punch newspaper. So take record of this. For people who are saying Mohbad did not contest the paternity, it did not finish the contesting before his RIP. It was taken out. If Mohbad was not taken out, if Mohbad was not robbed of life, he would have concluded on this paternity or asked me to leave. So, about contesting it, Mohbad's father take a clip, take a screenshot on Punch newspaper when Mohbad's mother was interviewed. She said that my son had talked about paternity. He wanted paternity done when he was alive. For him to have said, I want paternity done, it means he contested it. He was not sure. For a better word, he wasn't sure who the father of that child is. At times in life, as parents, regardless, let us always root for our children. If Mohbad's father had supported Mohbad then, but I wouldn't blame the man. Whenever he tried to stand up for Mohbad, Mohbad would disappoint him, like the issue of the land. So the man doesn't want to front with Mohbad on DNA, and eventually Mohbad will now disappoint the man publicly again. Probably there is a meeting called or whatever. Mohbad will say, I was just, don't worry. The man does not want such disgrace. But regardless, your child is your child. There's no disgrace too big for you to face or take for your children. That is what you should be for. That is what you should stand for. That is who you should be. It's a lesson to everyone. A big, huge lesson. This thing about Mohbad. Everyone should go back to their drawing board and look at your children. Look at them. I'm sure that a sensible woman would not want to be like Mohbad's mother. No one would beat their chest and say, may God make me like Mohbad's mother. 90% of human beings on this justice for Mohbad will not hope and pray and wish that Wumi's mother, and Mohbad's mother ever become or even somehow find their way into their life as fiancé, spouse, mother. No. They are terrible people. Terrible people. Those three groups of people, very wicked. They are in their, terrible. We cannot hammer too much on this Mohbad's mother because it gets people, upset and angry. So she somehow found a way to manipulate Adura. Adura, Mohbad's RIP has got us money. Don't mess it up. Protect Wumi's interests since this thing has happened. And don't forget that she said to Punch newspaper that Adura told her that when he punched Prime Boy, he felt something strange. Meaning, Prime Boy had on him some kind of amulet, muti, juju. So, that's where she's hanging all of this upon. Now, She's also comforted that Adura is next of kin attached to Wumi on Mohbad's property. Why is this so? That is because the issue of thumbprint came up, that Mohbad had given, willed all that he owns in heaven and on earth to Liam, as if he knows that he was going to buy, as if Liam was going to be the only child in his life. So when they looked at it, maybe Femi Falana had advised them like, hey, this one is not going to fly. He's not going to hold water in court. And then they decided upon Adura and Wumi. Adura and his mother, they are comforted with this, that at least if you have this percentage out of your brother's sweat, that runs into millions. I'll be able to set up my business. You will travel abroad. You will live your life. You will even begin to sing like your brother, because he has started this rubbish now. Trying to sound like Mohbad, like a fool. If you look at his eyes, like a criminal. You can't rest. Adura, there's no way you will rest with all that you know, keeping it within you because you want to flow with your mom. No. No. You heard what our guest said? That if Mohbad's mother is not careful, they will take her out hastily, like ASAP. Of course, that's why I started with, if you groom vampires and they've tasted blood, one day, when they do not have access to what you've raised them to feed, you are the one they will feed. It doesn't cost Wumi to dismiss Mohbad's mother. It doesn't cost Adura to even try to dismiss his own mom. It doesn't cost Wumi to dismiss all of them. What I mean by dismiss is to buy them. All right, it doesn't cost her anything because they've joined us to do this evil before. So sad. So sad. So Wumi promised Adura, and Mohbad's mother told Adura, do not allow your brother, your uncle, to end up in jail. Cover up on behalf of your uncle. Tell the police, tell the court, tell whoever that you are the one that embalmed. This is to stop and shut your father from taking action. But the man said, sorry, my ears have been cut off. If it is even you, Mohbad's mother, you will go to jail. You will go to jail. I care less. The man, he has come to a conclusion that there is no Mohbad's mother existing. Adura does not exist. No, it doesn't exist. How can it exist in such a tumultuous, I mean, with this terrible event? How can family be against each other this way? Not even extended family, just this useless woman. How can you be against? She said, Mohbad's father, what happened? Yeah, she picked on two things. That when Mohbad passed away, a certain lawyer came forward. I think it's called African TVC or whatever it's called. The man came up, he wanted to bring in some business ideas on how he's going to get certain percentage from Mohbad's music. And, he came and jumped on it like, this is what we are going to do on this. We are going to make money. And the man is like, okay, if something is going to come out of it, so I will not lose my son and lose everything. The man joined and they did what they did. They signed. People said, oh, look at him, your son is gone. You are trying to sign this. That's because the man didn't really understand what he needed to do as per the Naira Marley thing, the record label thing, the social media thing. So he felt, okay, this African CEO guy, this man is well, vast in what needs to be done. The man came up with this elaborate thing. We are going to build this so that Mohbad, people will come to see about Mohbad. We are going to build a place where people will come to see a post. The man said a lot of large, big things. We are going to build a statue. We are going to immortalize your son. Mohbad's father heard all of this big thing. It all appeared and sounded good. After all, both national and international people are interested in it. The man felt okay. But after a while, the man didn't continue with this, and they said they are going to take him to court for not respecting the whatever that they signed. People lambasted this African CEO guy and said, man, what did you do? Why did you do this? He said, well, it's business. That's what we do. It's got nothing to do with sentiment. We are not here for sentiment. I'm here for business. And I want to do it properly with this man. Mohbad's mother jumped on that and said, look at it. Look at what you're doing. Josie, you're all about money. But this same woman was going around taking check. What was the check for? You need to buy coffin. You were also taking check because you gave birth to a child that produced money more after his RIP. Who knows? Maybe you produce it more alive. We don't know. So that's why. So sad. So sad. So people have said that Wumi should just, it should not now. It's too late now. You should have come out to say it was an accident. This is how it happened. Please forgive me. It wasn't intended. We're coming from the show. On our way back from the show, this and that happened. So when I thought about it, I said I should act in this way. When I wanted to act in this other way, it happened in this other way. That happened like this. Then the moon came down. At least something tangible, something that people can connect to. She didn't do that. She just kept saying, we're coming. She removed herself from everything that happened. She became blind and deaf for 72 hours. They said it is not ordinary. That is all she's interested in telling us. She removed totally everything. She didn't even say she had argument about the so-called girlfriend she claimed Mohbad has in the UK. She didn't even say anything about the argument she had with Mohbad. She said, no, we just had a slight argument about the fight that he had with Prime Boy. I just said, why are you behaving this way? So we settled where we got to. We now said, have you got the passport for myself and Liam? You know, she said these things that had nothing to do with what really happened, if not for spending. Their plan was to nail the cross of Mohbad's RIP on the nurse. But they needed something. They needed Prime Boy. They needed Prime Boy. They needed Prime Boy to be part of it. Because Prime Boy must be the provocateur. Yes, Prime Boy must be the provocator. Prime Boy must be the one that caused it. Prime Boy must be the one that did it. Prime Boy must be the one that attacked. Prime Boy must be the one that... Prime Boy must be everything. Prime Boy must be everything. So from there, Mohbad got home and they started showing the hand. The hand. You know, the hand that they sent. That Mohbad was having pains. Mohbad was having pains. Mohbad was... that's what they want us to believe. Like, seriously? What nonsense is that? Huh? What foolishness is that? That's what they want us to believe. So, Lawyer Falano, they say you are back. They say you are back. Back. They say you are back on protecting Wumi's interest. Well, since you are back, social media is also back. Social media is also back on you. We will also follow this back to back because we want clarity on this justice for Mohbad. And we will not accept, we will not allow any foul play. We will not allow it. We will stand firm on justice for Mohbad. Because justice for Mohbad equals justice for humanity.